He spent the last hour drinking at the watering hole. And soon, he'll be looking for a suitable mate. Now, the audience starts to respond as he utters his characteristic cry.
Let's start the show! Wonderful specimens you all are. Have some of you been marking your territory? Have you? Hey, got some big showbiz beasts for you tonight. As you might have guessed, wildlife legend Sir David Attenborough is here. Yes. Star of Charlie's Angels, Something About Mary and Shrek, it's only Cameron Diaz. Actress and director Kathy Burke is on the show. Yes, there's more. We've got music for the fantastic Scissor Sisters. Oh, what a fantastic lineup. Actually, it does have a familiar ring to it, though, doesn't it? David Cameron Burke. Now, I'm going to be talking to Cameron about her new film, What to Expect When You're Expecting. A lot of people capture the magic moment that their baby arrives. Now, I hope no one's squeamish, because we've actually got a photo of Angelina Jolie's baby being delivered. Mm. Is it a boy? Is it a girl? I don't know. Now, listen, I'm told that subconsciously women choose a man based on the kind of baby they'd like. So, my tip, ladies, pick a man with a small head. That's all I'm saying. Seriously. Ladies going, if only I thought of that. Now, I can't wait to talk to Sir David Attenborough. He has filmed so many Yeah, give him a round of applause. Really had an amazing career. He's filmed so many memorable wildlife sequences. Here's a bear catching a salmon. Ah, and here he is a few minutes later, ready to eat it. Can I get the wine menu? Wine menu. I do remember there was one very poignant sequence where a lion failed to catch a zebra and went hungry. Although not everyone found it sad. To know, what are they laughing at? What amuses zebras? Obviously, as part of his job, David has had to film the mating rituals of many animals. And the funny thing, they always seem up for the mating. Don't they? Always seem up for the mating. But when they find out they were being filmed... Oh, I've made a sex tape. Oh, Dappy. Let's get some guests on! But first, she's on here. Kathy Burke, I'm out of my sofa. It's Kathy Burke! You watch the showbiz. How are you? I'm good. Have a seat, have a seat. He's the original king of the jungle. It's Sir David Attenborough. Very good to see you, sir. Very nice to see you. Have a seat there, Kathy. She's What to Expect When You're Expecting a Star Guest. It is Cameron Diaz! How are you? I'm very well. Sit down. Welcome to all three of you. Very nice to see you all. And we're excited to see all three of you. But I happen to know that, Cameron, you're very excited to see Sir David.
I am so excited. Really? Yes, I am. because we were making a Sir David Attenborough sandwich he's the meat in the middle of our sandwich right now.
Leave you to it.
We're his slices of bread, you know what I'm saying?
She's a nice French stick and I'm an wholemeal Ovis or something. Little bits of grit in it.
Because you did want to be a zoologist.
I did want to be a zoologist. That was what I thought that I was going to be my entire life. I wanted to study the behavior of animals.
I could teach you all sorts of things.
I'm sure I've learned a lot from you already. That I picked up on backstage. We're not going to mention those.
No.
But I ended up studying the behavior of animals. It just happened to be human animals.
Really?
Yes. You know, as an actor, that's what I do. I study human behavior.
And lots of discoveries?
Yes, lots of
big
discoveries.
surprises?
Big surprises. I find so many more surprises when I watch your show. Yes.
You should see the outtakes.
I would love that. Maybe we can arrange a viewing.
Yes, anytime.
Okay.
Do you watch Sir David's movies?
Yeah, I do, David. I watch animals.
You have animals, are you?
Yeah, I've got animals, not wild animals.
Oh, pets?
Pets, yeah. A couple of pussies and a dog, yeah.
What do you call them? What do you call them?
Well, my dog's called Shenanigans, because we're Irish. And
you seriously sit in a park at night going, Shenanigans!
No.
People bursting out of bushes, she's seen us!
No, she only gets given her full name if she's been a bit naughty. Oh. And then you give the full name, you see. You say Shenanigans and she sits down. But otherwise, she's Shanny Dog, Fatback, Fat Ass, Poodle, lots of nicknames. And then I've got two cats, Dave the Rave, so called because when he was a kitten he looked like he'd been up all night on ecstasy. There wasn't a pick on him. And his sister's called Missy Elliott because she's like
Now, we want to celebrate today because it's a huge year for you. Not just the Queen having a Diamond Jubilee, 60 years of broadcasting. Phenomenal. And still going strong.
Yeah, well, not at all about strong, still going.
Yeah. Is it being marked in some way? Have animals organised a concert? What's going to happen? Is there some big do?
No, we're going to do 3 programmes about looking back over 60 years, yeah.
OK.
Yeah.
But you're still pushing boundaries and breaking new kind of technology. This new series you're doing for Sky, The Kingdom of Plants, in 3D.
Yeah.
It starts on the 26th of May on Sky Atlantic, and it's also simulcast on Sky 3D. And in terms of the film, is what's new the way it's being filmed, or are we still finding out things about the plants?
Oh, surprisingly, lots of things we don't know about plants, you know. There's a plant called sundew, which I think we have here.
Yes, in the clip, yeah.
Well, it's a common plant in this country, you know. There's a couple of different species in the moorlands and so on. But it's a plant which has hairs on its leaves with little tips of sticky stuff on the end, and it eats insects. And when the insect comes in, it closes around and shuts it up. But the interesting thing is that if an insect comes there, that moves over, but this, not these, but this one then moves over. So there's some communication between this hair and that hair, and we don't know what it is. We don't know how it happens.
Well, obviously, the time-lapse cameras on there, but do they wait for a fly to come in, or do they just kind of go, there's a fly?
Oh, you don't do that.
No, dinner time. And of course, it must have been a joy for you to film this because it was filmed at Kew.
Yeah, that's the great thing about Kew, is that there are plants from all over the world. Plants from the top of the Alpine mountains, plants from the jungles, from the deserts. They're all there.
And not far from your house.
No,
because that must be such a relief, because even your last television series, they sent you off to the North Pole and the South Pole.
Yes.
Which That's physically really demanding, isn't it?
Well, only if you do it in 36 hours. But
Yes.
I have to tell you, I didn't walk.
You just slacker.
No, I didn't. It was a helicopter. And you have to wait for a helicopter. And while you're waiting for it, you're living in tents, you know. But they're very comfortable tents, warm tents.
But then they send you outside and make you do bits to camera.
Only very quickly. No, it is true. But actually, it's a doddle, you know. If you get the right gear, there's no problem, you know. But the difficulty is if things go wrong. If you lose a glove, you may well have lost 2 or 3 fingers, you know.
Yes.
But if you don't lose a glove and you do things right, it's a cakewalk.
Because, Cameron, you did a wildlife series.
I did a little a show called Yes, I Did. I was trying to do everything, but I'm not as well.
You strangle snakes and that?
Well, you know, I've had snakes. My first pet when I was 11, my mom and dad said, "What do you want for your birthday?" I said, "I want a snake." So I got a snake for my 11th birthday. He was a 6-foot-long Florida king snake named Norton.
You're kidding.
No, really, Norton. Really? Her name was Norton.
Oh. Norton?
You know the Honeymooners? Jackie Gleason?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Norton was his sidekick. It was just one of those things that happened in my family. My household, you can't really explain it. But yes, and I did a show called Trippin' on MTV about 7 years ago where I traveled around and I went to Jane Goodall's to Tanzania. And had that experience with the chimps there. You know, their morning ritual when they get up in the morning, and the first thing the alpha does is put his bum over the side and take a crap in the morning, then goes and beats the shit out of the beta male, and then goes and bangs the alpha male. The alpha female, sorry. Alpha female.
Wow.
Pardon me.
That footage is worth something.
Yeah. And, you know, it's just the order of things that and then he has breakfast, of course, after that. And that's how his day starts, right?
That's correct, yeah.
So I witnessed the right thing. They didn't.
They weren't acting up because Hollywood's here. It's Cameron Diaz! And because you do, you know, you do learn a lot from watching these programs. But I think the odd thing is they still have the power to shock in terms of the level of violence and things in them. Are you self-policing in terms of what you show, or is there some sort of BBC body that kind of goes, that's too gruesome?
No, I mean, people say we show too much. If they saw what we left in the cutting room, the editing room, that we cut out, they would be appalled. I mean, you know, lions, when a lion catches a wildebeest, it eats it alive, you know. And we don't show that. We show it very abbreviated. But you have to be careful what you do, because if you cut it all out, then you're telling an untruth. You're telling fairy stories, and natural history programs are not about fairy stories, they're about the real world. So you have to make a judgment and do it one in the middle.
And equally, when you're filming the mating, does it get to a point where you just feel like an old perv and you just kind of think, I'm really, you must stop filming this now because it's gone on for too long?
You see, your imagination is running away with you. Have you ever seen birds mate?
I've seen pigeons mate.
Have you? And how quick? It's gone.
With a lot of flapping about before they get down to it.
That may be that they are showing off to one another, but the actual copulation, like that.
Really?
Yes, it's known as the cloacal kiss.
Did you know that, Kathy?
Well, it's only what I've experienced.
Now it has a name.
Now it has a name.
Thank you for that cloacal kiss. One of the things that does make your film so distinctive is your voiceovers. They elevate things. They give it a kind of an air of seriousness and enlightenment. And we have a little wildlife clip. Well, I say wildlife, there's an animal in it. So if we just look at this little clip, you may have seen this before.
Such a disappointment.
again with a bit of music, a bit of serious music, and if you do a little voiceover, we'll just see if it elevates it. Okay, here it comes, here it comes.
Evening falls on the lush grasslands of Croydon as the humble tortoise gently mounts his chosen mate. And in a dance as old as time itself, it rears its head and emits the mighty mating call.
So now, Cameron Diaz,
Yes.
as chance would have it, you have a new film out.
I do.
I asked you, and then...
I know, here I am. I'm like, God, I have a movie to sell. And then you sell it on your show.
Oh, yeah. Now, it's What to Expect When You're Expecting. It opens tonight. And I've seen it. It's got all sorts of strands in it.
Yes.
And it's very funny. It's a little bit sad.
It has moments of poignantness. It's sort of very, you know, it's a human experience.
But it's not
very
that
real.
it's not too upsetting.
No, it's not. It's a lot of fun.
It's funny and uplifting.
It's uplifting, and the great thing about it is it's not just about pregnant women. It's about the experience of, you know, creating a child or bringing a child into your life. 5 different stories that sort of cover it 5 different ways, obviously, but also from the man's point of view. So, you know, it's like, in our society, we believe that our sole purpose, and as a naturalist, and we know that procreation is what we're here for, of course. Yes, I know.
Not here. Not here.
It's what we're here for, but it doesn't mean that it's right for everyone, or that you know, you just jump into it blindly in this day in society. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think because we think we're supposed to have babies, people just get married, they have babies, they don't even realize it changes your life. Funny that, huh?
And in the movie, you play a fitness guru.
I do.
And like a lot of the fitness bit of your body, I'm guessing, is your own.
It is mine. Yes.
But other bits of the body, look at you! You're ridiculous. But in the movie, some of the bigger bumps in this picture, that isn't all you, is it?
Well, the belly is not mine, and the breasts are not mine. Those are enhanced.
Really?
Yes.
So did they get bigger and bigger and bigger?
They got bigger and bigger and bigger. And there, it's just a whole bunch of women, you know, the cutlets, the chicken cutlets you put in, those really creepy, like, weird silicone-y things that you stuff. There's probably about 15 in there. But there was one point where it didn't make it into the movie, where I do sort of like I flash my breasts saying, can you believe this is what happens when you get pregnant? Why didn't I get pregnant sooner? They were prosthetic breasts that were amazing. I was like, wow! These are awesome! And so I went to show everybody. I was like, where's the director? I have to show him to him. Where's he at? The park? Let's go. I was like, look at these! But they looked very real, so I think it's a little...
Did you keep them?
Well, I did. When I wore them in the actual movie, what happened is we were shooting in Atlanta, which we call Hotlanta. If anybody's ever been there, they know in September, it gets hot. And it gets swampy. And you guys don't know what swamps are
No,
here.
we really don't.
Swamps are, you know, the very sort of... It's all dredgy water and you know, moss, and alligators live in it, and it got swampy up in this business here.
Oh.
You know, yeah, it was like, you know, swampy because of the heat. It's caused by heat, it wasn't me. And so by the end of the scene, my breasts that were so beautiful and up here literally were hanging down to my waist. In like a half an hour, it was so upsetting, but I was like, look, it's nature. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
it's all nature. This is the alpha.
It depends. I like to have an alpha around. I like somebody to alpha me, over alpha me.
Oh, out alpha you.
Out alpha me.
I'll see your alpha.
You see my alpha.
Yeah.
I'll take your.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She's a very alpha couch. You alpha? You're alpha.
No, I am alpha.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Alpha.
Yeah.
Alpha. And clearly you're Alpha.
So.
Yeah. And in the, I always think when actresses have to pretend to give birth,
Yes.
how hard is that? Because I've heard that some actresses have had accidents doing that.
You don't actually. It's face acting. You don't
But you're
really like. You're not.
straining.
Well, you're
Something's
face
gotta
acting.
give.
You're face acting.
Okay.
You're not pushing down here. That's,
Don't.
No. Don't do
No.
that. That's not okay. It can be really dangerous.
Have you ever done it, Kathy? Have you ever given birth?
I don't think so. Remember, you mean acting-wise?
Yeah.
Certainly not in real life.
You'd remember, wouldn't you?
I would remember that, David, yes. I don't think so. Somebody said that when we did the slobs, that Waynetta had a baby or something. She didn't. She had a brown baby. She got bought for her or something. This character wanted a brown baby, you see, because they were all the rage. Isn't that beautiful?
That is
So
But you
beautiful.
didn't play a baby. You played little Lulu.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really weird.
Because weirdly, you have attended quite a lot of births.
I've been there for. My sister's given birth 3 times. The first time was a C-section. I was about 24, 25, and I had no idea what I was getting into. I did not. My sister just said, "You have to be in here if I'm going to do this." And I went into the room after they had sort of cut her open, and I walked in, and there was like blood everywhere, and there was people, and it was a full-on surgery. Her intestines were out of her body on a plate, like a platter, next to her, and they were in like this spatula. And then the vaginal birth, which I saw, she gave 2 natural births later, was amazing because nature is such an amazing engineer. It's really, truly unbelievable. You're sitting there, I'm watching my sister give birth. I have her, you know, situation in front of me. And the doctor shows, like, she's like, look it, this is like, you know, this is the skull. And I'm like, where's the skull? It looks like a handkerchief. It's like, you know, all wrinkly, and she's pulling on it, she's making shapes out of it. And I'm like, well, where's the skull? And she's like, well, the pieces have collapsed in. And so that it can go through the vaginal canal. And so it's like collapsed in, and the skull looks like you know, it's all like this, like that. And then as soon as the baby comes out, it goes like this. And the pieces all go like this. And it creates this dome, this like
a head.
skull.
Yeah.
And it tightens up, and you're like, nature is unbelievable. So clever, that guy.
Yeah.
So clever.
But Sir David, it's weird, because watching the film, where there's lots of things happening, are human beings poorly designed? You know, you can think of animals just kind of, they give birth in a field.
It was one of the problems, the size of the pelvis to get a skull through, and that's what actually restricted the size of the head in evolutionary terms. And there was this remarkable thing, which Cameron's just described. It wasn't that it collapsed in, it starts folded, so the plates are actually collapsed on one another like that, and as it comes out, so it opens like that. And there is a little hole in the middle between the plates where, in fact, you can see the arteries, you can see the
But women used to squat, didn't they? In the... Some lazy old bitch like Marie Antoinette decided, oh, I have to lie down. And, yeah, but women always used to squat, didn't they?
Well, they do in some tribal societies,
Yeah.
but you can also do it in a swimming pool.
Yeah, nice.
So now, Kathy Burke,
Yes,
Kathy
hello.
Burke, you're back. Well, no, because a lot of it, because usually people, when they say they're going to stop acting, they go away for about a month, and then they're like, oh, I'm back.
Yeah.
But you really meant it.
Yeah, 10 years, I think.
It's nearly 11.
Was it nearly 11?
Well, no, you came back last year. We saw you in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Yes, I came back for Tinker Tailor, yeah.
Which, what a posh thing to come back for.
Oh, very posh, yes. A nice posh part as well,
yes. But it has been 11 years. Do people remember you? Do you still get recognised in the streets?
Yeah, yeah. Because usually, if I've got my North Face jacket on, then it's Perry.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Wasn't there a person to go up to you? Do you know the story I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the story. No, that was a cab driver.
Oh, was that a cab driver?
Yeah, who uttered those beautiful words, "Don't take this the wrong way, but you really look like Kathy Burke." Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a hard one to respond to.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you're back on our screens as a new series for Sky Atlantic, Walking and Talking. It starts on the 25th of June. You came up with the idea, you've written it, and it is you. I mean, it is essentially your childhood.
Yeah, them two lovely girls. They're Amy Metcalf.
Which one's you?
Oh, can you get... you can't get... That's Amy Metcalf and Amy Fionn Edwards. And where that's come from is about a year ago, 2 years ago, Sky did a series called Little Crackers for Christmas, which was anecdotes from childhood. So I wrote this incident that happened between me and my friend, who was called Mary, when I bumped into The Clash and got their autograph. They signed my New Musical Express. And it was a real sweet little story. And, I don't know, people took to it. So Sky then asked me, would I write more with these girls? So it's sort of my life at the age of 14, 15, waiting to get into the Anna Scher Theatre, which is this great drama club in Islington. And it's about then. And all that happened, they just walk and talk.
And you are in it yourself.
Yeah, it's intercut with me and an actor called Sean Gallagher. That beautiful. And I'm Angry Nun, and he's Pretty Nun.
Are they based on real nuns?
No, they're based on me dad.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's me dad.
Because... Again, reading about your childhood and hearing you talk about your childhood, like, you could have made a very different series. You could have made quite a bleak, quite a serious film. But obviously you see it and remember it as funny.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you know, I didn't have a mum, you see. My mum died when I was a baby and, you know, so it was quite a sort of, you know, very sort of 60s, 70s upbringing. You know, it was all very rough in Islington and stuff. But I remember everything with such fondness, and particularly the freedom we had as kids, and it was very different to kids now, you know. I think they're sort of wrapped up in cotton wool a bit. There's a real dichotomy going on with kids, because on the one hand, they're very overprotected, and yet on the other hand, they've got access to the internet, where they can see a frog shagging a donkey, and they can, you know... That's your fault, yeah.
Life on the internet.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? It's sort of showing a more innocent time, and where we did, you know, life happened around a phone box, really, and just walking home.
Well, still friends with people you knew from back then?
Yeah, some people, yeah. Well, I've got my oldest friend in the world, who I've known since I was 4, is in the audience there.
Well, where is she? Is she the lady with the microphone above her head?
Yeah.
That's Diane. Is Diane... Is this the friend who used to dress you up?
Yeah. Yeah. Diane practised motherhood on me. And, yeah, she used to scrape... I had no eyebrows. I wasn't very hirsute as a kid. And I had no eyebrows, so she'd scrape all my hair up into... It was a bobble hat when it died?
Yeah, a cream bobble hat.
Oh, she remembers the colour. She used to scrape my hair up into a cream bobble hat and put me in a pram and wheel me up and down the Essex Road, telling everyone I was a baby. And we weren't little. I mean, we were about 12. And I'd be in a pram with a fag on, you know.
We don't do that.
No.
That was gorgeous. Thank you very much. That is on the new album, Magic Hour, which comes out on Monday the 28th. Very good. And on a sofa of animal lovers, Jake, you have a little dog.
I do.
Toby?
Yeah, his name's Toby. Tobias, Toblerone.
Toblerone, yeah. Tobel von Cartier. Or Tobel von Terrier, actually.
It's very like Shenanigans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that your dog's name?
Yeah, Shenanigans.
I have an Irish drag character named Geebag O'Shenanigan.
Oh.
You know what that means.
Oh, yeah. you very kindly, you sent us a picture of Toby. He looks like he should be smoking a pipe.
Yes.
He looks very serious.
He's the
my
new host
baby.
of Masterpiece Theater.
He's gonna make me cry. I miss him so much.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't underestimate the power of a border terrier.
That's what Shenanigans is a border terrier.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I've never known love like it.
You know, they're the best dogs.
Now, I don't want to turn everyone against the lovely Cameron Diaz. Is it true you don't really like dogs?
No, it's not that I don't like dogs.
She doesn't like dogs. She doesn't like dogs.
I actually just, I've had a preference for cats mostly through my life.
Why,
I know, but I do like dogs. In
you're
fact,
a
I
cat
have
lady too.
very special dogs in my life. I love cats. I like their
Crazy cat lady.
independence, and you know, they're
I like
really...
the psychology of a cat
Me
a little bit
too.
better. They're not like, hi, do you like me? Do you like me?
Exactly.
Do you like me? Will you play with this? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I like cats that are like,
it's like,
I'll be
whatever.
right over here
Right.
if you want me.
Totally. I agree. I like their style so much better.
Because obviously, David, you love all animals, but there is one animal you're not a fan of.
Don't care for rats.
I see. But
Really?
Do you like rats?
I raised rats for my snake, so I had a lot of time.
Yeah, so you don't like rats?
No, but it was fun to dangle them in front of my
Oh,
snake.
how could you?
The snake would just come up like that and it'd wrap around it and it'd go. Its eyes would bulge out of its head and be like, oh, you poor little sucker.
Well, I have been sitting on the lavatory in India and I've had a rat come up in between my legs.
Oh, that's terrible. That's not fun. I have the same thing with the centipede in Nepal. I was over, like, you know, the hole in the ground in the
Yeah,
middle of nowhere,
yeah, no.
and all of a sudden I looked down and there was a centipede this
Windy.
long just coming out of the toilet itself. It was terrifying. You know, thank God you don't sit on those holes, you squat over them. So.
yeah. Now, listen, it's nearly time for the red chair, but now, Anna,
Yes.
now, is this a guessing game for Sir David Attenborough? You have an animal
Impersonation.
nation. So is it a guessing game for Sir David?
Well, it could be.
Or is it better to tell him what you're doing before you do it? Or
Yes.
Yeah. I do an impersonation of one of the various and amazing types of New Guinea birds of paradise. And their mating dance.
Okay. Do we need music for this, or
No.
it just happens?
No.
Okay. Where should you do it? Where should Anna do
On the
it?
table for a start.
It's rather big, but it's a rather big display. But
So,
well, the first thing they do is they clean their area, right?
okay, yes.
First they clean their area, and then they make sure it's all good, right? And then they,
It's the male, right?
of course.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm going to take my shoes off for this thing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Cleaning. It's perfect. It's perfect.
There are 42 different species of birds of paradise, and I know which one that is. The six-pennant parotia. The six-wired parotia.
Six-wa parotia.
Okay, before we go tonight, just time for story 2 in the red chair. So, who's up first? You set the bar very high with your... Hello, nice lady.
Hiya,
Who are you?
my name's Frida.
Frida. And where are you from, Frida?
I'm from London.
London. What do you do?
I've got my own business.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's got her own business. Well, do you make something?
I sell hair extensions.
Do you really? Let's watch them fly. I don't know why I want to do that. They fell in quite a natural way, I thought. Should we have another one? Quick. What's your name, sir?
Donnie,
Now, whereabouts are you from?
from San Antonio, Texas.
Right on.
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio.
Okay, very pleased to hear it. And are you just visiting here?
No, I live here.
Oh, you live here. Okay. And do you work here?
My wife works here.
Ooh. He's sorted old Donnie, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to a show. See you later. Okay, off you go with your story, Donnie.
I was a crane operator in San Antonio, Texas, and I was about 275 feet in the air. On the job site, we had several porta potties that had to be cleaned twice a week, and the truck had come to clean them, and I picked one up. Flagger had told me it was okay to pick it up and take it over to where the truck is. I picked it up, took it over to the truck. When I set it down, the door opened, and one mad Mexican ran out.
Go quick. Run, run. Well done, everyone. It's been a great chair. And if you'd like to join us on the show and have a go in that same chair, you can. You can contact us via our website at this very address. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank my guests tonight, the Scissor Sisters. From Rumour, comic actor Steve Coogan, Mad Men star John Hamm, and Oscar-winning actress Charlize Theron. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Louis Walsh doing gangster rap. It's worth staying up for. All the best bits from the Matt Lucas Awards in 10 minutes after the National Lottery Friday night draws. Next.